beautiful spring afternoon in St. Louis and a great day for hockey. The Kiel Center will be packed once again. The Detroit Red Wings, as you saw earlier into the pregame show, they're coming out without one of their star players. Sergei Fedorov has been suspended. But this afternoon, it's a matchup of two of the best in the West, the Detroit Red Wings and the St. Louis Blues. An excellent season. They have stepped up to the top four in the West, and a lot of that is because they have excellent defensemen.
Well, you look at those top three defensemen, and they can do so much. They can score goals, they can shoot the puck, they can pass the puck, and they can play outstanding defense. Now add to that the fact that they added Todd Gill in a trade from San Jose, a veteran defenseman that plays with a lot of heart. They now have some leadership, more leadership, I should say, and some depth going into the playoffs.
And they have some outstanding goaltending. The veteran Grant Fuhr, his 12th 20-win season. He's back healthy once again, 24 wins on the season, and he's got a 2-year contract extension to make him happy. Across the way, after missing 2 weeks with a groin injury, Chris Osgood is back, and he needs to play a lot. They need to get him sharp for the playoffs.
Now, Chris Osgood, Sam, has been a guy that has struggled as of late. You mentioned the fact that he had the injury. He had a little time off. In fact, they were planning on giving him some rest so that he'd be ready to go for the playoffs. So the injury was almost a blessing in disguise for them.
Chris Draper, number 33. Kirk Maltby, number 18. Darren McCarty, number 25. Open up for Detroit up front with Larry Murphy and Nicholas Lidstrom on defense. St. Louis with Jim Campbell, number 10, Terry Yake, number 27, and Jeff Courtnall, number 14. The puck deflected, bounces down in center ice. Al McInnes, number 2, is paired with a newcomer, Todd Gill, number 5 on defense. 5th meeting of the season between these two teams. The Blues have won 2, both here in St. Louis. The Red Wings have won 1, and they've tied 1. And they have one more meeting after this one in Detroit. Back behind the net, Mike Knuble, number 22 for Detroit. Red Wings are unbeaten in their last 5 games, 3 wins and 2 ties. The ties have come in their last 2 against Chicago and Anaheim.
Yeah, and St. Louis has struggled a little bit lately, and Joe Quenneville said they're going to have to really work hard in this game. He's got so much respect for this Detroit team.
There's a setup for Doug Brown, who shoots deflected just wide. Fans roared on a good hit and takedown by Chris McAlpine. As he knocked down Mike Knuble. Here's Knuble out of the corner, trying to get out in front, played it back to Brown. He's tied up by Chris Pronger. McAlpine sends it ahead to Pierre Turgeon. Turgeon, number 77, on with Brett Hull, number 16, and Pascal Renaud, number 25, who's played very well on the left side of these top 2 forwards.
He hasn't played a lot this season, but he's a player that the Blues picked up in the waiver draft last September, and he's fit in well. He's got good skills, and as Joe Quenneville says, he comes from that New Jersey system, so you don't have to coach him much.
Here's Dmitry Mironov, who in his first game with Detroit was wearing number 51. He's got his familiar number 15 back. And the man who gave it to him, Thomas Holmstrom, a forward, will be wearing number 96. There is Mironov.
Yeah, and he also, the first game he played with Detroit, he was very nervous because he had to play against his old team. They played Anaheim, so they're hoping that he settles down a little bit. We mentioned earlier he's got terrific size. He's about 220 pounds and just a wonderful shot from the point. So you talk about power play and special teams in the playoffs, he certainly will help Detroit.
And there's the guy who gave him the number 15, Thomas Holmstrom, and he's wearing number 96. Steve Yzerman on the draw. Yzerman has been hot with 12 points in the last 7 games. We shut out the last game by Anaheim. Shanahan playing it through. Yzerman with Shanahan and Martin Lapointe. Lapointe, number 20, the other forward. Red Wings without some key players. Sergei Fedorov out with a 2-game suspension. Igor Larionov is out with an elbow injury. Brent Gilchrist is out with a groin injury. Jamie McCown, who's picked up in the trade, is also out. He's got a pulled muscle in the abdomen area. Conroy on goal, kicked away by Osgood. The Tisov moves it, and Shanahan plays it.
And Sam, I think that was one of the few times you'll see either team be able to carry the puck over the blue line and make a play. Both these teams excellent at standing up and forcing play in the neutral zone and forcing the opposition to dump the puck in as opposed to carry it.
Chris Pronger holding. Checking his Holmstrom. Puck out of the zone. Blues have Mike Eastwood on number 32. He was acquired from the New York Rangers at the trade deadline, and a trade for Harry York, and the fans roars. Eastwood with the hit on Erickson. And a Chance here for Picard. He holds, he shot it wide. Michel Picard just called up from the American Hockey League because the Blues have injuries. Had a great chance and he missed the net. Battle along the boards. Eastwood is there. Chris Kennedy, number 12, also in there. Kennedy was called up from Worcester. Actually, Picard was playing at Grand Rapids in the International League.
Kennedy is a physical player. He got his stick up right at the start of the shift on Erickson, then came up with another big hit in front of the Detroit bench.
Murphy bangs it off the glass and out of the zone. Joey Kosar, just back from an injury, is on, and he doles out a couple of hits. Draper moves it down the boards from Maltby. He's checked by Duchesne. Now it's Kosar behind the net. Duchesne banged it off the back of the net. The loose puck. Maltby trying to get it out in front. Big hit by Campbell on Draper. Barry Yates got the puck. Steve Duchesne. Red Wings had 3 men back. Courtnall was bumped a couple of times. Stig is with it, then it's taken away by the Red Wings Draper, and it's cleared out by Maltby.
This has been a very good start by both teams from an intensity level. The players on both teams not passing up the opportunity to take someone out with authority.
Blues won their last game 3-2 over Tampa Bay. That broke a 4-game losing streak. That was their longest losing streak of the season. And that 4-game losing streak followed their longest winning streak of the season, 6 in a row. Craig Conroy heads up ice. Lead pass to Scott Pellerin. And a chance for Darren Turcotte to stick the side by Osgood. A good hit by Pellerin. Pellerin centers, just missed. It was deflected by Fetisov. Good speed by the Blues. Pronger shot is a save. Rebound to Turcotte wide.
And Sam, this is the checking line for St. Louis, getting the chances.
Penalty upcoming on the Red Wings. This line really put the pressure on. They kept the puck in the Red Wing zone and have gotten some good scoring chances. And a battle out in front as McAlpine and Shanahan are going at it.
Well, great pressure from St. Louis. Detroit comes back, ends up taking the penalty. Things are heating up here in St. Louis, and the Blues will end up with the first power play.
Hello.
How's your butt ice? Doobie, doobie.
That's the third one tonight.
It's okay. The police are tracing the call. Hello.
This is the police. Those calls are coming from inside the house. Repeat, those calls are coming from inside the house.
Doobie, doobie, doobie.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the Penguins.
Sir?
Power play for the St. Louis Blues. It has struggled over the last 5 games, just 2 for 28. Fetisov called for elbowing at 5:04, the first power play of the game.
Yeah, this will be interesting because the penalty killing for Detroit has really struggled because they haven't been paying attention to the point man. Scotty Bowman saying we've got to pay more attention, in particular to Steve Duchesne and Al McInnes today, because of what they can do from the point. So he wants their box, their penalty killing box, to spread out, open up a little bit so that the point man can't get shots.
Hall trying to get it back to Duchesne. He's got it. Brown and Yzerman, Lidstrom and Murphy, the penalty killers. Osgood the save. There's a rebound, but the whistle had blown. Referee Richard Trottier felt that Osgood had control, blew the whistle quickly, and we'll get a face-off. Fans here at the Kiel Center don't like it.
Brett Hull is a great passer, and Steve Duchesne starts the play up there. Now Brett Hull waits, he'll give him the pass, and Duchesne, there's the shot. Boy, that's a good shot, and you clearly, Osgood did not have control of the puck. But here's the view of Richard Trottier, the referee. Now, momentarily, you couldn't see the puck there. He decided to blow the whistle, which is his job, as soon as he loses sight of the puck.
Now Chris Draper is on with Kirk Maltby for Detroit. Blues control the face-off. McInnes to Duchesne. Out to him is Maltby. Lidstrom stops the pass. Courtnall trying to take it away. Hull is there as well. Courtnall goes down. Hull's got the puck. Missed by Duchesne. It's out of the zone. Brett Hull leads the Blues with 10 power play goals of his 26 goals this season.
Now he's got new shafts today that he's trying out. Thinks he can get the shot off much quicker than he normally does.
Turgeon shoots. It's blocked. Moved by Lidstrom. Knocked down. Good play by Duchesne. Turgeon, good pass to McInnes for the drive. A deflection and a save by Osgood. The rebound off Osgood. A save by Osgood. And he stopped the puck on the goal line. I don't think it went in. The Blues thought it did. Osgood stuffed it on the goal line.
I agree with you. I don't think Osgood let the puck get past the goal line. What a job of goaltending by Chris Osgood here in the early going, having to make some difficult saves. The one, as you mentioned, that Al McInnes took the shot, it was deflected, and Osgood was there for that save, and then Jeff Courtnall with a couple of chances in front.
And the referee, Richard Trottier, in position right behind the net. He saw it all the way and waved no goal.
Now here's the shot by McInnes here. Now the shot's deflected there off the stick. Now that's a good reflex save. Here comes Turgeon, throws it in front. There's one save right there and another save on Jeff Courtnall, and he's able to go back and get it. Look at that, great reflex right there. Now the puck back in front. Here's one shot. Here's the second one coming up. And there's the puck. Oh, just before it gets to the goal line, Osgood with the presence of mind to find the puck. Here it is here. Watch the glove. Watch the glove go back there and get it. Great job by Osgood.
The first minute of this Blues power play has been outstanding for St. Louis. McInnes turns, big drive, Can anybody shoot it better than Al McInnes?
No. And the goaltender wasn't screened. He just simply blew it past him. Watch the puck moving by St. Louis. Quick passes. Now back the other way. Very quick. Now here's the shot. No one there. I mean, he just simply put it right through the goaltender. Number 18 on the season. Here it is, the patented McInnes slap shot. Nobody shoots it harder. There it is, everything into it. What form? What form, and here it is again. Look at Osgood. Oh, you know what? It looked like the man out front, the puck might have been deflected. The forward out front, I think, tried to block it, and it looked like the puck might have deflected and changed direction. And I think that fooled Osgood.
The Blues take the lead on the goal by Al McInnes. So the Blues, who had struggled on the power play, though they had scored power play goals in each of their last two games, now have power play goals in 3 straight and grab the early lead. McInnes from Duchesne and Rayome at 6:09.
Well, what Joe Quenneville has told his power play unit is don't try and think there's something better than what you have. Keep moving the puck quickly and take the shots, and that's what they did. That's what led to the goal.
And that's really got the fans into it. Mironov plays it through, and there's a penalty upcoming on St. Louis. So the Red Wings get a chance to work their power play on a tripping call against the Blues.
Yeah, this time it looks like Mike Eastwood ends up with the penalty, as McCarty, who is big and strong, loves to go to the front of the net. No, pardon me, it's Picard who ends up with the penalty. Detroit loves to crash the net, and they've been shooting more. That's why they're scoring more lately. There's Picard right there. Oh, yeah, he takes down Kozlov on the play. No question on that call. And now Detroit, after being scored on as they were shorthanded. Remember Scotty Bowman talking about their penalty killing? Just hasn't been very good. But I don't think you can really fault those two forwards, because it looked like they were playing high, but St. Louis moved the puck so quickly and got the shot off so quickly they couldn't react.
In the absence of Sergei Fedorov, Chris Draper getting power play time on the #1 unit with Steve Yzerman and Brendan Shanahan. Shanahan leads the Red Wings and is second in the league with 15 power play goals. Fired in by Lidstrom. Lidstrom and Murphy play the points. It's out to Murphy, who winds up and shoots. A deflection by Draper just went wide.
He just got there a little late. He was right there. If he would have turned a second sooner, he might have been right there to deflect it into the open net.
The Blues have Craig Conroy, number 22, with Scott Pellerin, number 33, Steve Duchesne and Chris Pronger on defense as their penalty-killing unit. Steve Yzerman or Nicholas Lidstrom too far. Duchesne able to clear the zone.
And this is what St. Louis likes to do. They don't like the opposition to be able to have any time to skate and move the puck, come up the ice without being obstructed. And they're just trying to put on the pressure.
Blues with a 1-0 lead. A long shot from the point by Murphy went wide. 7:45 gone by first period. Here come the Blues. Darren Turcotte shorthanded. Moving on Murphy. The shot blocked by Murphy. Osgood plays it away from Turcotte. Now it's Larry Murphy. Plays it ahead for Holmstrom. Holmstrom was on Kozlov and McCarty, the second power play unit. McGinnis took a hit, worked the puck around the boards. Turcotte's got it. With Conroy, Turcotte fires it down on goal. Tricky bouncer. Skipped on Chris Osgood. 25 seconds to go in the power play. Kozlov with speed. Kozlov knocked away by Mark Bergevin. And Bergevin takes the body on Kozlov. Holmstrom to Kozlov. Kozlov pass across. Back pass from Brown and Mironov. The shot knocked down in front. Kozlov saved by Fuhr. Great save by Fuhr. Kozlov tried to lift it up over him. And Fuhr got the glove up. A beauty.
What a save by Grant Fuhr. Kozlov, I don't think he realized he had a little bit more time. The puck might have been rolling on him a little bit. They just get it to the front of the net. There's the shot, deflects though. Now watch Kozlov, there it is. He's got time. What a save by Grant Fuhr, who was already down. All he could do was stretch. And Bergevin, the defensive play prior to this, look at this play. Oh, beautiful play, diving, getting this stick on the puck to defend. That's a wonderful play by Mark Bergevin, who has played that way most of the year for St. Louis.
We talked about the top three, Pronger, McInnes, Duchesne, but Bergevin he rounds it out with his steady, hard defensive play.
Yeah, he's the guy that stands up defensively, game in and game out, forces the play, doesn't handle the puck much, does the smart thing, gives it to Al McInnes or one of the other players when he has it.
The Kozlov shot was the first Red Wing shot on goal. We have 11:20 to go in the first period, and the power play is over. Fans cheer the penalty kill of the Blues, and an outstanding save by Grant Fuhr. Kirk Maltby sends it in. 1-0 St. Louis leading it. 11:05 to go first period. Maltby along the boards. Big collision. Maltby is strong, and Rayom, who is also strong, went down on the hit. Hull shot knocked away, but there was an offside whistle. 10:58 to go first period at Kiel Center in St. Louis. The Blues lead it. The great star of the Detroit Red Wings, the captain Steve Yzerman, 1 point short of 1,400 for his career. 559 career goals.
And with him being the only centerman really on this team, you know, you lose Larionov and Fedorov. They were going to play, the Blues were going to play their checking line against Yzerman as it was.
Todd Gill with a shot just wide. Hard low shot by Gill. McKinnon shoots, blocked in front by Lidstrom. And he moves it up and out of the zone.
And Sam, just to finish that thought, now all the pressure, it seems, is going to be on Yzerman from an offensive standpoint in this game.
Pascal Rayom, his pass was taken away by Lidstrom. The thing to look at today is we have two outstanding defensemen, certainly top candidates for Norris Trophy honors as the top defenseman in the league. And Nicholas Lidstrom of Detroit and Chris Pronger of St. Louis. And of course, you have to mention
absolutely.
LA Kings, who may be the leading candidate.
I think it's going to go down to those three. I really do. That one of those three will end up winning the Norris Trophy. Lidstrom leads all defensemen in the National Hockey League in scoring. He's had a spectacular season.
Doug Brown's shot was blocked by Terry Yake. Bergevin pressured, hit. Yake helps out. And the Blues come out of the zone. Taken back. Erickson playing it across. Dandino moves it deep for Mike Knuble. He's stopped by Duchesne. Yake is tied up. Jim Campbell moves in. Red Wings take over. Erickson moving it down the boards. Dandino avoids Bergevin. Stays with it. Gets it to Yzerman. Yzerman looking for Knuble. It was broken up in front by Yake. Plays it off the glass, and Courtnall clears the zone.
Damn, this has been a tough, grinding first period along the boards for both of these teams. Neither team wants to give up too much, so there's been a lot of body contact along the board.
The Red Wings still have a chance to catch Dallas for first overall in the Western Conference. Dallas is 4 points ahead of Detroit, but Dallas has 2 games in hand. Dallas playing at home to San Jose this afternoon. Darren Turcotte for St. Louis, checked by Shanahan, ridden down hard. Scott Pellerin fires it out, coming all the way down. If Fetisov gets there first, it's an icing. Conroy with speed, and still no signal, it's an icing. Neither man touched it on the first attempt. Fetisov got to it. It's an icing whistled against the Blues. 8:38 to go, first period in St. Louis. The hitting continues, big time. We talked about acquisitions. Todd Gill and Mike Eastwood joined the Blues at the trading deadline. Gill coming from San Jose for Joe Murphy, and Mike Eastwood coming from the New York Rangers for Harry York.
And Mike Eastwood, they wanted someone with some experience that could win some faceoffs, maybe kill some penalties. Again, getting ready for the playoffs. And then Gill, they needed more depth on defense. Last year, Igor Kravchuk, who played for St. Louis, got hurt. And at times, Joe Quenneville went with 3 defense in the playoffs, and that really hurt this team.
Fetisov controlling. Gave it up to Duchesne. Quick transition for the Blues. Turcotte on the puck. What about the Blues giving up on Joe Murphy? Joe?
Well, he was too inconsistent. They weren't sure from one game to the next how he would play. And to his defense, he had a serious wrist injury this year, missed about 3 months of the season, and what just simply wasn't able to get on track.
What about the big contract?
Well, that had something to do with it, too. Now, the Blues are going to pay half of his contract next year, so they are still on the hook for half of that contract, which is about $3.8.
Kozlov breaks through. Stick save made by Fuhr. McCarty's got the puck. There's a penalty upcoming on St. Louis. And another power play for Detroit. Puck around the boards, goes up into the crowd. Beautiful pass sent Kozlov in on a semi-breakaway.
Yeah, great pass, and Kozlov getting hooked on the play ends up drawing the penalty as well. But Detroit, from their own blue line, made the pass straight up the middle of the ice. You'll see a lane here. Here's the pass, and there's the lane right there up the middle. And Kozlov, watch, you'll get a little hook here from Todd Gill from behind. Still gets the shot. Grant Fuhr able to make the save, but that little hook from behind by Todd Gill is enough to throw off Slava Kozlov on the play, and he'll take the penalty.
Kozlov's been getting more ice time lately. His goal scoring and scoring chances have picked up. He's had 5 goals in the last 8 games, and he seems to be playing better.
Well, Scotty Bowman says that he's really kind of been in the shadow of all the big stars on this team. Shanahan, Yzerman, Fedorov, and he says he's ready to be one of their top players again. He certainly has the talents.
Power play number 2 for Detroit. Chris Draper with Brendan Shanahan and Steve Yzerman, Nicholas Lidstrom and Larry Murphy. Penalty killers for St. Louis, Craig Conroy and Scott Pellerin, Chris Pronger and Al McInnes. Yzerman. Shanahan at the line, winds it deep. Pronger goes for the puck. St. Louis 3rd in the league in penalty killing, and they have killed 17 of their last 18 times short. That shot by Draper went high off the glass, and Conroy kills it.
That was an excellent defensive play by Chris Pronger. Good scoring chance for Draper, but Pronger, with his long reach, got the stick in there and deflected the puck over the net.
Pronger fires around. Eastwood clears it.
Again, Detroit is not able to set up the play. St. Louis is putting pressure on the puck at all times, and Detroit is being forced to move the puck quickly. Now, if they can make the quick pass and get the shot to the net, which I think they'll try and do, they might end up with a chance.
They have their second power play unit on, but a good clear by Duchesne. Holmstrom, Kozlov, and McCarty are on with Mironov and Doug Brown. Doug Brown will play the point. Kozlov carries in. Against Bergevin, he centers. It went off a skate. Duchesne takes it away. Brown was bumped. Brown knocks the puck down and keeps it in. Comes around to Kozlov. Back to Holmstrom to Kozlov. McCarty sets up in front. Mironov shot. Deflected away. And a penalty on Holmstrom as he pulled down Bergevin in the offensive zone. And they push and shove one another with the referee's back turned to them.
And Grant Fuhr made a very good save because Holmstrom, now we have some more action. This is Pellerin along with McCarty. Pellerin not nearly as big, but plays a physical, aggressive game.
Bergevin took exception to Holmstrom. Holmstrom, after the penalty was called, gave Bergevin a shot. Bergevin gave one back, and Holmstrom retaliated. So they were going back and forth with the referee checking out other things.
Well, the other thing that happened is after Grant Fuhr made the save with Holmstrom in front of the net screening, watch the stick by Holmstrom. He kind of slashed at Grant Fuhr. Now he'll take down Bergevin. This will be the call right here. You can see him grab the sweater. He goes down, and then Bergevin came back with a little bit of a cross check himself. And here's McCarty and Pellerin. And Pellerin not as big, but plays a feisty, aggressive game for St. Louis. And we know McCarty plays the same way for Detroit. Now with St. Louis, Sam, pardon me, St. Louis is missing all their tough guys. Rudy Poshek had back surgery. He's out of the lineup until just before the playoffs. Tony Twist got in a fight last game against Sandy McCarthy from Tampa Bay.
Right.
He hurt an abdominal muscle, so he's out of the lineup. Kelly Chase has a bad leg. He's their other tough guy up front. He's out of the lineup as well. So Detroit with, some pretty big guys in the lineup, and the Blues with not too much size.
They'll skate 4 aside. The power play for Detroit is over. They're 0 for 2 in 15 seconds. The Blues get their second power play. They scored on the first one, the McInnes drive. They had 6 shots on goal on that first power play. This is Turgeon with Hull. Hull fires, and it's grabbed by Osgood, and he holds on.
Now, we talk about what Detroit is going to have to do. Here's what they have been doing, what they want to do differently. Here you see the box right here. Now, what Detroit has been doing is their box, instead of being this way, it's been down here. And they want to move those players out like they are now and try and prevent those players here from taking the shot. They weren't able to do it the first time because McInnes scored on the shot. And I think it was only because that they weren't trying, because they were out there. But St. Louis moved the puck so quickly. Duchesne with the good hands, it's tough to defend against.
In 1 second, Todd Gill will vacate the penalty box, and the Blues will go on the power play. Turgeon looks around. McInnes and Duchesne at the points. Turgeon and Hull are on. Turgeon against Draper. Turgeon wins. McInnes to Duchesne. Power play for St. Louis. Gill has to go to the bench for a forward. An interception by Draper. Good play by Chris Draper. Now it's taken back by McInnes. Turgeon moving to the net. Backhander stopped by Osgood. The boards, McInnes is there. Jeff Courtnall has come on to join Turgeon and try to bat at the puck in midair. It's lifted clear by the Red Wings. Kirk Maltby has it. Trying to fight off the stick check of Turgeon. Fans react as Maltby slashed at Duchesne. Hull. Back behind the net, past Osgood. Runoff sends it around to McCarty. Taken back by Hull. Now Turgeon is checked by Mironov. Mironov and Fetisov on as penalty killers. Hull gets it back to Duchesne. Good pressure up high by the Red Wings, and it's intercepted by Mironov.
Very good job of penalty killing by Detroit, taking most of the options away from St. Louis.
And doing exactly what you said, Joe, getting out to the point men. Kozlov controlling the puck. Bob Rouse is on.
See what Kozlov tried to do? I think he tried to shoot it down to his goaltender, and he hit Bob Rouse, his defenseman, and St. Louis nearly got a break.
Penalty upcoming. Kozlov and Yake are separated. 19 seconds remaining in the penalty to Holmstrom. And we'll see what referee Richard Trottier has called here. Terry Yake is going off. And that ends the Blues power play. And the Red Wings are going to get the man advantage. Looks like a boarding call on Terry Yake. And Yake hit Kozlov.
Yeah, and now Pronger and Lapointe having words. Also Slava Fetisov having some words with Chris Pronger as well. This has been an intense game right from the start, and it's only getting more intense as the game goes on. A lot of this going on behind the play. Players slashing at one another, punching at one another. So the intensity here at the Kiel Center in St. Louis, very high.
Another 4-on-4 situation for 19 seconds.
There's Al McInnes, and there's Terry Yake coming in from behind, and you can see Kozlov, the puck's right here. Kozlov didn't have the puck, and Yake came in, took him out of the play. That, without question, is a penalty.
Called boarding by the referee Richard Trottier at 16:02. Yzerman blocked, and the puck cleared up the boards and out of the zone. Lidstrom and Murphy with Yzerman and Shanahan, the 4 for Detroit. Blues have Conroy and Pellerin with McInnes, and now Pronger, and the Red Wings are on the power play. Their third of the game.
You see that last play by Murphy? That's what makes him such a great player. I'm not sure, Sam, there's another defenseman in the league that's as patient with the puck as Larry Murphy.
3:33 to go in the first. The Blues have a 1-0 lead. Wings on the power play. Larry Murphy has it knocked away. Mike Eastwood takes over and sends it down. Eastwood and Turcotte on for St. Louis with Duchesne Pronger. Fuhr out to stop the puck, but it hopped off his stick. Duchesne bangs it off the glass. Murphy keeps it in, and it's blocked out of the zone. Turcotte's got it. Turcotte and Eastwood 2-on-1, and a beautiful play by Lidstrom to break it up.
What a play. Oh, what a play by Lidstrom with the stick. Perfect little poke check on the 2-on-1.
Turcotte sent it down. 50 seconds remaining in the power play for Detroit. Their third of the game. They're 0 for 2. Lidstrom sends it deep. Kozlov gets to it. Kozlov, McCarty, and Shanahan on. Puck deflected out. Blues have Pellerin and Conroy, and Pellerin's got the puck. Now McInnes with room to drive it down the ice.
Dan, with the exception of the St. Louis first power play when they got all those shots on net, this has been a very evenly played first period. Good penalty killing by both teams. Good defensive play by both teams.
Fetisov winding it down. McInnes there to stop it. Up the boards. Fetisov keeps it in. Kozlov finds McCarty. Try to sweep it on goal. It was deflected. Martin Lapointe controlling in the corner. Now McCarty. Power play is over. McCarty's pass taken away by McInnes. Red Wings 0 for 3 on the power play as the Blues' outstanding penalty killing continues. Fetisov. St. Louis leading 1-0 on a power play goal by Al McInnes. Good hit by Draper. Fetisov lifts it toward the Blues line. McAlpine takes over. Chris McAlpine has improved defensively as well.
He's really come on all season. Joe Quenneville has brought him along slowly, and he is just thrilled with his development. He's probably the strongest of the Blues defensemen. Very physical and strong up in the upper body. He hits hard, but now we trust him as a player, and he's getting more ice time.
One of several players that the Blues have gotten from the New Jersey Devils organization. Shot by McAlpine, tipped wide. Hull's rebound, saved by Osgood. Hull had a chance. Osgood somehow stopped the puck. It remains 1-0 St. Louis.
Here's an update on our top story. Police now confirm the Bud Ice Penguin has been captured. Authorities say it is now safe to serve Bud Ice. That's right, just bring it all out in the open there. Nothing to worry about, everything's fine. And now, back to the music. Doobie doobie doo.
Drink Bud Ice, but beware the Penguins.
Brett Hull came oh so close to scoring. He thought he had one. Pushed toward the net, but cleared aside.
Now, what a save by Chris Osgood with the glove. He's made a few here in this first period.
Blues have 14 shots. Red Wings only 4. And that's a far turnaround. Red Wings have had over 40 shots in each of their last 2 games and 3 of their last 5. Shanahan tied up with Turcotte less than a minute to go in the first period here in St. Louis. Yzerman, checked by Pronger, wraps him up with those big arms. Wrap around by Shanahan, stopped by Fuhr. Kicked in front by Shanahan, taken away by the Blues. Scott Pellerin's got it. Swept aside by Bob Rouse. Mike Knuble takes over.
Sam, I think the difference in this game is the 3 penalties, or the 3 power plays, pardon me, that Detroit has had, and they haven't been able to get shots. They just haven't been able to get the puck to the net, and that's been the big difference in this game.
Pronger with a takeaway brings it out. Turgeon. Back behind the net, Pascal Riom forward, trying to get it to Hull, and Osgood got the puck underneath him. Good play by Riom and Hull. Hull, despite being checked, somehow that puck went on goal, and Osgood had to stop it at the goal line.
Now here it is again. This is Pierre Turgeon. Now, right now, doesn't know. He knows he does not have a play, so he throws it in behind. Riom quick, the puck deflects, and there's the shot. Oh, it hit the right pad of Osgood.
What a play by Hull here. Look at this.
There
Almost
it is.
Stuffed it in off.
Yeah, fought through the check of Dandino to still get the shot. And it goes off the right pad.
It was in his glove and he was still looking all around for it.
Brett Hull wearing a mic for us this afternoon. We thank him for that. The players have been tremendously cooperative. He was talking about the earlier save that Osgood made on him when he didn't know. He thought he had one. Brett Hull thought he had it.
Yeah. He must have thought that was a lucky save.
He's calling on Turgeon to get the puck back to him. 6 seconds to go in the period. Turgeon does. The shot blocked. Good play by Kirk Maltby, who's limping. He got out in a hurry to block the big drive by Brett Hull. Good first period in St. Louis. And Maltby, giving up the body, went down to block a big shot by Brett Hull.
That's a great play because Brett Hull called it. Everybody in the building knew that Turgeon was trying to get the puck back to Brett Hull, and he did it perfectly. And the beautiful defensive play by Maltby.
Watch
Here
this.
it is again. Here's Hull right there. Here comes the face-off. Look at Maltby. Oh, he gives up his body to make the defensive play for his team.
Hull had whistled to Turgeon to get it back to him. Turgeon did, and Hull almost got the scoring chance. JB and Dave Maloney coming up with scores and highlights. Plus, in today's Cyber Zone, the Panthers got Mellenby.
Play, but the little misdirection there caused him, confused him a little bit. And that big shot by Al McInnes makes it 1-0 St. Louis.
St. Louis Blues have not lost a home game this season when they've led after the first period. 11-0-3 is their record. They have the second best home ice record in the league. Second most points, second most wins. A giveaway. Darren McCarty, the backhander blocked by Pronger. Pronger and Duchesne on defense for St. Louis. Got Turcotte, Conroy, and Pellerin up front. The Red Wings with Brendan Shanahan, Steve Yzerman, and Darren McCarty on. That shot deflected off of Osgood with the blocker and up into the crowd. Opening minute, second period. Let's take a look at our Bud Ice statistics for the first period. Blues with 14 shots on goal. 6 of them came on that first power play on which they scored. The scoring chances to St. Louis.
Yeah, and here's the key for Detroit in that period. 0 for 3 on the power play. Not only did they not score, but at the same time, Sam, they just simply did not get any shots. Blues penalty killing was excellent.
Scotty Bowman, the all-time leader in games coached in the NHL and games won. And on the left, second-year head coach of the St. Louis Blues, Joel Quenneville, who's done a marvelous job in turning things around here in St. Louis. He and others, as far as turning the atmosphere around, they were averaging 5,000 below capacity last year, and now they're filled virtually every game.
Yeah, 4th in the league this year in attendance. And we talked last week.
A deflection score! What a turnaround by the Blues! Turgeon scores! Great play to keep the puck in the zone.
Now Detroit actually wins the faceoff. And Brett Hull, here it is again. Detroit goes back to the point. The puck will come all the way around. Brett Hull will get over there and just keep it in. And everybody forgot about Pierre Turgeon. Brett Hull, what a job to keep the puck in. McInnes was there. There goes Hull. He'll just go to the side, and everyone forgets about Turgeon. He anticipates that maybe someone will keep the puck in. And there it is, the perfect deflection past Chris Osgood. And the quick goal to start this second period makes it 2-0.
Marvelous play by Brett Hull. A bouncing puck, and he got it right on the stick of Turgeon, who deflected it by Osgood. 42 seconds the time of the goal.
You know, Brett Hull said with those new shafts, he can get the shot off much quicker than he could with the other, which is hard to believe because he's got one of the best releases in the game. But we've seen him with some chances, and shooting the puck quickly has led to goals.
Turgeon's 16th goal of the season. That puck deflected in front. Gill bangs it off the glass, kept in by Larry Murphy. The Blues have played well against the Red Wings here in St. Louis. And winning the first 2 meetings here. Hull sends it in. In fact, the Blues have played well against most of the top teams in the West. The only team they've had trouble with is Colorado.
Colorado, they have not beaten in 4 games. Even though some of the games have been competitive, they've been good games, a couple of ties.
The fans with an Osgood chant. Portnoy in the corner takes a hit. Lidstrom missed the puck. It's played by Draper. All the way down it goes. This will be an icing on Detroit. Mark Fisherman with the touch. We are 1:50 seconds into the second period, and the Blues have a 2-0 lead on goals by Al McInnes and Pierre Turgeon. There's the man right in the middle. Pierre Turgeon getting the goal. McInnes, the power play goal in the first period. Turgeon in the opening minute of the second period.
Yeah, 2 early goals at the start of the period for St. Louis. And you can really see Detroit missing some of their key players.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they get a lot of offense from their defensemen. They like to move up on the play. They like to generate things. St. Louis is a team that thus far is preventing that because they're breaking up a lot of plays in the neutral zone and forcing Detroit to get rid of the puck, dump it in and go after it. But when you miss Fedorov and Larionov up front.
Good shot from the point by Duchesne, stopped by Osgood. Good face-off win by Terry Yake. Rouse to Martin Lapointe. Back for Rouse. It was an offside, whistled on the play. The other factor, and you pointed this out early, Joe, with Yzerman being the lone true center. What Draper is center as well, but they're having trouble on the faceoffs.
Yeah, they really are. Yzerman was pretty good, winning 5 of 7 in the first period. Draper lost all 5 in the first period faceoffs, and Turgeon won 5 of 6. So in the first period, the Blues won 10, lost 7, but the key faceoffs are important. And Detroit, in particular in the offensive zone, they're so good when they're winning faceoff because they have set plays. They haven't been able to do that here, though.
Yake has just won 2 straight from Kozlov. Another giveaway. Campbell moving in. He shoots, saved by Osgood. Red Wings guilty of a couple of giveaways. There's Lapointe on the puck. Taken away by Bergevin. Former Detroit Red Wing, Mark Bergevin. Courtnall with a high hit on Rouse. Holmstrom carries in. Blocked by Duchesne. Loose puck. Bouncing around near side. Kozlov. Now Rouse. Anders Eriksson. Round for Holmstrom.
Mark Bergevin has been terrific so far in this game with some defensive plays.
And a long shot from the red line was stopped.
He doesn't handle the puck much, Sam, but you know he makes a good defensive plays. You see him stand up in the neutral zone to force the plays, and Detroit's having trouble getting the puck around the net for shots.
Sent in, and Osgood keeps it going. Conroy is there. Deflected. Turcotte takes over. On goal. Stop. And Yzerman's got it. And now the packed house at the Kiel Center with a Let's Go Blues chant. Eriksson sending it in for Detroit. McCarty hustles to it, knocked away, and cleared out by Turcotte. The Red Wings expect to have Jamie McCallum, the new acquisition from Toronto, in the lineup during this week. Probably Wednesday, did he tell you, Joe?
Wednesday he plans on playing in Detroit against Colorado.
Here's Shanahan, and his shot was blocked by Pronger. Pronger covers a lot of room on the ice. Shanahan tried to release quickly, but couldn't. There's a penalty coming up. It's going to be on Brendan Shanahan. He roughed up McAlpine. Shanahan will go. Power play to St. Louis.
Don't worry. I won't be long.
Oh, okay.
Psst. Hey, buddy. Over here, in petites.
Whoa.
Have a Bud Light.
This is awesome.
Yeah, we love shopping.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Touchdown!
That's what it sounds like to get hit by Brendan Shanahan. Ooh. Man.
It's a good thing McAlpine doesn't have a glass job. That was his head hitting the glass, not the glove hitting the job.
He's okay. Shanahan 2 minutes for roughing. Power play St. Louis. They're 1 for 2. They scored on the first one. Turgeon for Courtnall. Couldn't tee it up. Went off his leg. Taken away by Larry Murphy. Murphy and Lidstrom with Dandino and Brown for Detroit, the penalty killing unit. Turgeon, Hull, Courtnall, Duchesne, and McInnes for the power play. Dandino carrying it deep, played it on goal. Brown's shot is intercepted in front by McInnes.
Sam, it looks like Brendan Shanahan a little bit frustrated because remember that line is playing against one of the best checking lines in the league with Conroy up front, Pellerin over there. They're pests. They don't let you get any room.
McInnes has the puck. Now Brett Hull, Dandino over to him. Fired across to Duchesne. He missed it in over the top. Good pass by Hull. Out to McInnes. Down low to Duchesne again. His pass steered aside. I thought it was a pass for Courtnall, who is at the side of the crease. Courtnall in the corner now. Out to McInnes. Blues moving the puck well. Toward the net, kicked wide. Duchesne's got it.
If they would have had Hull on the other side, Sam, they would have had a goal, because Duchesne, left-handed shot, has to get the pass and then turn and shoot. Hull, right-handed shot, will take it right off the pass. Now they've switched. Hull is over on the other side now.
Played into the Detroit zone, offside. Hull had not gotten out in time. 41 seconds to go in the power play. Blues came close as Hull fired a beautiful pass to Steve Duchesne.
Yeah, they're really moving the puck around well. And Duchesne, again, Duchesne's going to be over here. See, he's a left-handed shot on this side. Here it comes. Now watch, you'll have to get the puck. Right here he'll end up with it. Left-hand shot. They'll keep moving it around. And Duchesne, because he's a left-handed shot, has to take his time. Now Hull ends up over on the other side. That's the time they switch. But just prior to that is when Duchesne had the 2 chances.
38 seconds to go on the power play. Pronger sends it in. Pronger and Todd Gill have come on for St. Louis. Good hit by Pascal Riom on Fetisov. Terry Yake moves it across to Gill for the shot. Score! It was deflected in. Todd Gill with the shot, and the Blues have grabbed a 3-0 lead.
Well, the Blues end up getting it in, and Jim Campbell is a real key on this play because he went right to the front of the net. There's St. Louis getting the puck in. Now they're quick on the puck. They're quick in the turnover. Now Yake, there's Campbell right there in front. Watch number 10. Here comes the shot. And I think Osgood just missed it. I don't think it hit Campbell. It might have deflected here, and you can see it's kind of a knuckleball shot. Oh, that just dropped straight down through the legs. Knuckleball shot just dropped straight down through the leg. Look at the puck. Oh, boy, that thing was up in the air and straight down.
I think it hit the Red Wing player out high, Joe.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right.
Todd Gill, his first as a St. Louis Blue.
And that penalty costs Detroit.
An undisciplined penalty by Brendan Shanahan, and now we have a penalty called on the St. Louis Blues. Mike Eastwood goes for tripping. So the Red Wings get a chance. It's a specialty team game, the way the game has been called for the most part since the Olympic break. And the difference in this game, 2 power play goals for the Blues, and their penalty killing has been exceptional.
Yeah, and now Shanahan going to come back on the ice because he's got the great release. And Detroit will end up with a power play. They've got to find a way to start generating some shots and some scoring chances on Grant Fuhr. Grant Fuhr just simply has not been very busy. His best save of this game, I think, was his first save when he had to make a great glove save on Slava Kozlov early in the game. But other than that, Grant Fuhr just simply has not been busy, has not been tested. And he's got those old pads that are...
They're a little heavy. He wants to get some lighter pads, Joe.
Yeah, those are the ones he used in training camp.
Shot by Lidstrom goes wide. Power play for Detroit. Holmstrom is on with Yzerman and Shanahan. Mironov and Lidstrom at the points. Here's Mironov, number 15. Rich shot. Saved by Fuhr. No rebound. Gill from Yake on the power play. The scoring on the 3rd St. Louis goal. And the Blues with a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, what Detroit's doing, look at these 2 guys in front. Now watch Mironov right here. He's got a great shot, but all he wants to do is get it this way. And you got one here, try and get a screen, partial screen on Grant Fuhr, and he's still able to control it. But that's what's been leading to Detroit scoring more goals lately, getting the puck to the net.
Would it have been better if the shot were lower?
Yeah, that helps. Absolutely. Because if you can just shoot it at the pads, especially with a wrist shot, you expect the goaltender to stop it. But you have to shoot it low at his pad, so hopefully you can get some kind of a bounce. And it's easier for the players going to the front of the net to deflect those lower shots.
Yzerman. Now McCarty has joined Yzerman and Shanahan. Duchesne tries to play the puck. Mironov blocks it. Turcotte trying to get it out of the zone. Yzerman keeps it in. Mironov works it down for McCarty. Pronger and Duchesne with Pellerin and Turcotte for St. Louis. Pronger fights off the check, gets the puck out of the zone. Blues playing very well, Joe. This is as good as they've looked for a while. They had the rough stretch of 4 games in which they scored only 5 goals. But it seems like they have regained their focus. Yzerman with a takeaway. Yzerman looking. Down low looking for a tip from Shanahan. It was missed. Mironov moves it to Lidstrom. He's on the line. The linesman said it was in. Fans reacted as if they thought it was out. Mironov shot blocked. Turcotte clears.
Now Detroit did a much better job in the last 15 seconds moving the puck. They had 4 quick passes and then the chance by Mironov, but the shot was blocked and St. Louis able to clear the zone.
Larry Murphy's just come on. Returns the pass to Lidstrom, who stayed on. Looking through for Kozlov off his stick. Conroy tries to clear. Does. 35 seconds to go in the Detroit power play. Just under 13 minutes to go, second period. St. Louis leading 3-0. Lidstrom bringing it up. Around it goes. Kozlov tries to play it. Taken away by Conroy, and he clears.
There's just so much pressure that you've got to try and make a perfect pass, and so many times you don't have time to look.
Holmstrom caught up with McInnes. Hull has come on with Turgeon for the final seconds of the penalty kill. Shot by Murphy, tipped, saved by Pure. The rebound, and falling on top of Pure with Holmstrom. The puck's underneath. Lapointe and Conroy are separated. Rather, it was McInnes and Lapointe. Pure makes the stop as the Blues kill off another Detroit power play and maintain a 3-0 lead. They could really do some damage in the playoffs.
Well, Joe Quenneville says he likes what he's got here. He likes the mixture of what it takes to win. The chemistry is good on the team. He likes the goaltending, and we talked about their group of defensemen at the start of the game, and you see what they're doing today. Detroit with just 8 shots on goal, and they've had 4 power play opportunities. That's an excellent group of defense that plays that way, that can also score.
Red Wings without Sergei Fedorov, without Igor Larionov, and they missed those 2 stars a whole lot. I don't know if you can say how much they missed them.
It'd be a different team, a much different team. And Fedorov, even though his numbers don't necessarily indicate it, was playing tremendous hockey.
And Yzerman was thriving because of that. His game has come up. Kozlov's game has come up. And, of course, Larionov is a master playmaker.
Yeah, and for a few games, Scotty Bowman was using Yzerman, Fedorov, and Shanahan on one line, and they were almost unstoppable.
That's an awesome combination. 11:37 to go, second period. This man has had an awesome season. An update on the Colorado-Anaheim game. Let's go to JB.
Evidenced by the Colorado Avalanche on this turnover of the Anaheim puck here. And heading up ice goes Colorado. Take a look at Tom Fitzgerald to the left there. Boy, pinpoint placement. His second goal of the day. Colorado all over the Mighty Ducks. 3-0. Let's send it back to Sam Rosen and Joe Micheletti.
Thanks, JB. And Tom Fitzgerald, he's a heck of a player. He was is an excellent penalty killer, good face-off man. Warren Reichel back to Colorado gives him some toughness.
I think that's a better team. You look at these teams in the West and the trades they've made. You know, Detroit is better, St. Louis is better, Dallas is better, Colorado better because of the trades they made.
The 4 top teams got better at the trade deadline. It should be make for some playoff in the Western Conference. Anaheim, by the way, is ending a 7-game road trip. They're 3-1-2. Had a heck of a road trip, but down in Colorado, so maybe just wearing down a little bit.
Yeah, a great road trip for Anaheim, but too late.
Yeah.
They're not going to make the playoffs.
No.
And now we've got a penalty. I think this is going to be a slashing call against Kirk Maltby of Detroit.
It's an elbowing call is the signal from Richard Trottier, and Maltby is the guilty party. And the Blues, who've scored 2 power play goals, get another power play opportunity.
Now, Detroit came into this game, and Scotty Bowman and the coaching staff knew that they could not take penalties, that they had to play with discipline. And they've taken a few bad penalties in this game, and it's cost them.
Joe, Scotty Bowman's got that blue button on.
Yeah, there it is right there.
What is that?
It's got a 14 on it with a flame. That's for Doug Wickenheiser, who is a former player, #1 draft pick overall by Montreal in the early 80s. And they also have them on the helmets. There it is here. Great gesture by Detroit coming into St. Louis to wear the stickers on the helmets and the buttons by the coaching staff. He's fighting cancer. And they're doing everything that they can. They're raising money for Doug here in the St. Louis area. The 14 Fund. He's battling this disease courageously.
They even got you to play in a charity game.
Yeah, that's right. 2 weeks ago, we had a charity game. A lot of Doug's old teammates. People came in from all over the U.S. and Canada to play in this game. Joey Mullen came in from Pittsburgh. Mike Liut from Detroit. A Garth Butcher from Vancouver, Rick Wamsley from Toronto, and it was a tremendous thing that raised $125.
Great feed to Turgeon to the net, saved by Osgood. You saw the numbers on the Blues power play, 2 for 3 this afternoon. They had been 2 for their previous 28. But they've got the power play going. Osgood able to work it by Turgeon out of the zone.
Well, they look like they're playing with some desperation, St. Louis, on the power play. They're moving the puck quickly, and they're taking the shots. And again, that's what Joel Quenneville wanted from his players. Don't look for the perfect play. And when you look at that power play unit for St. Louis, with McInnes on the point, Duchesne the way he can pass and shoot, Hall on the side, I mean, that's a pretty awesome power play unit when they decide to shoot.
This is an icing whistle against St. Louis. 45 seconds to go in the Blues power play. It seems, Joe, that they were distracted before the trading deadline. All the free agents, the contract issues with Brett Hull, with Al McInnes, it seemed to distract the team. They lost 4 in a row.
Brett Hull told me he couldn't sleep for a couple of days after what happened. And again, he turned down a 3-year contract for $5 million a year. Al McInnes turned down a 3-year contract for $4 million a year. Al McInnes was a little upset because the numbers came public, and there was a stipulation in the contract because McInnes has to have surgery on his shoulder in the offseason, and they wanted to make sure that was okay, so he had to pass a physical, or else the contract would not obviously be guaranteed.
But Steve Yzerman, the captain, he's concerned because his team not sharp. They haven't won the last 2. They played ties with Chicago 5-5 and with Anaheim 3-3, and now a bad start to this game for Detroit.
They just don't have enough horses up front, I don't think. Now Kozlov, when you play against a team that plays well defensively,
Yake fakes, pass in front, broken up by Draper, who clears.
Now again, when you play against a team that plays so well defensively and you're losing some of your key offensive players, they can just concentrate on Yzerman and Shanahan and Kozlov, and after that, they don't have a lot of scoring after that, so you can shut a team down.
Good forecheck pressure by the Red Wings on the previous shift. In comes Terry Yake. He's forced back by Fetisov. Final seconds of the Blues power play. Mironov breaks up that pass and clears it out of the zone. Pronger's got it back. Power play is over. Good kill for Detroit.
Dan, the other thing to remember about Detroit is this is a great team, and they play like a team with a lot of heart, and don't ever count them out of a game because they're not going to roll over. They've got a lot of character.
Burkott winding it deep. Yzerman with the hit in the back. Rather, it was Mironov for the hit in the back and the takeaway. Shanahan's got it. Give it up to Duchesne. 8:35 to go, second period. St. Louis with a 3-0 lead. Rouse and Pellerin went for the puck. Icing is whistled on St. Louis. We'll step out for a moment. The Blues have a 3-0 lead.
Steve! Couple of bad hops. Couple of bad hops. It's not Peggy.
What was he saying there? Talking to Duchesne, huh?
About the power play.
All right.
The puck bounced a couple of times.
Conroy shot it wide, a rolling puck. Shanahan moves it. The puck was rolling on him.
Yeah, he knocked it down on a midair, baseball style, and that gave him the chance.
3-on-2 for the Red Wings. Murphy shoots, deflected away. Pronger's got it.
That's one of the few 3-on-2 breaks that Detroit has had in this game.
8 minutes to go, second period. See the scoring chances, the wide margin to the Blues. Red Wings have only 8 shots on goal. Dandino had it poked away by Pronger with a long reach. And the puck deflects up into the crowd, stopping play. St. Louis Blues will stay home and play against San Jose on Monday night. And the Red Wings go home for a tough game tomorrow night against Buffalo.
Yeah, let's watch this defensive play. Here's Mark Bergevin right there. Now watch him right there. Now he makes one play on Yzerman. Now here comes this guy. That's Chris Pronger. And there's the long reach. That's great defense. And then they clear the zone. That's what makes it so difficult for teams to gain the blue line with any type of momentum and get scoring chances. Bergevin is up there all the time. And then you've got Pronger, who's excellent defensively, leads the league in plus minus. That's why.
Fired in by Todd Gill, chipped away. The Red Wings come out. Slava Kozlov on the puck. Joined by Rouse. Broken up. Dandino brings it in, but in the zone. Offside was Bob Rouse. 7:34.
And a good play by Al McInnes. And talking about plus minus, Sam, what for those of us here, there's Chris Pronger with the plus 35, Larry Murphy. That's just simply a function of the goals that you're on the ice when your team scores versus when the other team scores. You get a minus.
Sometimes it can be an inexact number and can hurt players who are going off the ice, but they're caught on the ice. But for the most part, it's indicative overall. When you see a plus 35, you know, or plus 31 for Murphy, you know that they are solid. They're playing a solid defensive game.
Yeah, and those numbers don't come into effect when you're talking about special teams, with the exception of if a team scores a shorthanded goal.
LaPointe, checked by Todd Gill. Chris Kennedy, number 12, just called up. Save made by Fuhr. The rebound knocked away. Eastwood's got it. Fuhr, not much work. That time he was tested and came up big.
Made 2 saves. The first one on Kozlov, and then the rebound on LaPointe.
Anders Eriksson. Lead for Chris Draper, trying to break through. Bergevin poked it in the corner. Maltby tries to move it. Draper got tripped up. Penalty called on Duchesne. Power play for Detroit.
Duchesne with the stick between the legs as Kozlov was trying to get back to the front of the net. And he just got taken down on the play.
It's going to be a holding call. Let's see.
Here's Kozlov. Now here's another shot coming in from the side. That was LaPointe that had the rebound shot. And without question, Detroit, look at McInnes battle. Kozlov, the punch. And this is the way these two teams have battled. And it's been like this all season. Here's the penalty again. You can see the stick between the legs. I said Kozlov earlier. It was actually Chris Draper, 33. They got tripped up on the play by Duchesne. So Detroit, you know, they've got to get something going here very, very soon, trailing 3-0.
That's the Blues bench. There's Draper, who drew the penalty. Power play for Detroit. Yzerman, McCarty, Shanahan, Doug Brown playing the right point, a forward at the point position, and Dmitry Mironov left point. Pronger goes to the puck. Pronger and Bergevin with Conroy and Pellerin. Loose puck. Good hustle by the Red Wings to keep it in. That was McCarty. Brown across to Mironov. Save made by Fuhr. Hard shot. Yzerman. For Shanahan.
Now that time Mironov really let the shot go. He had money on it. Good save by Grant Fuhr.
Puck bounced out of the zone. Mironov retrieves it. 5th power play of the game for the Red Wings. They're 0 for 4. Shanahan playing it deep into the corner. Yzerman works it behind the net. Bergevin smacks it around. Kept in by Doug Brown. Shanahan lost it, and it's cleared by Mike Eastwood.
You see Bergevin again go right to Shanahan. St. Louis knows that if Shanahan gets the puck anywhere from 40 feet in, he can score from any place. So as soon as he gets the puck, they're going right to him and not letting him shoot.
Cleared out of the zone. Turcotte, and then Eastwood sending it down. Shanahan, who has had 2 big seasons back-to-back, has been one of the outstanding goal scorers in the league. And he was here in St. Louis and with Detroit. That's tipped wide by Kozlov. Just hasn't put up the numbers this season. Murphy setting up. Pass deflected. He says he's got to get hungrier to score goals. He has 27 goals this season. Lidstrom winds up and shoots. Save in off the chest of Fuhr. Makes the save. And then Holmstrom got knocked down.
Now Holmstrom's big and strong in front, and he took a couple of whacks at Grant Fuhr. And Todd Gill, the new addition, gets a big welcome here by the St. Louis fans as he came in to clear the front of the net. Todd Gill is not that big. He's 180 pounds, but his heart is about 190 pounds. And here comes the shot. There's Holmstrom, 96. Look how big he is and strong. See the whack right there, and here comes Todd Gill, clearing out the front of the net. Exactly what a defenseman is supposed to do. Long shot. There it is. Grant Fuhr, perfect position. Holmstrom, the puck down, takes a whack. Gill comes in. Great job by Todd Gill, clearing the front of the net. And the referee will not make a call on a play like that. That's good, solid hockey.
Todd Gill played with Grant Fuhr in Toronto and is enjoying his reunion here. He's very happy to be in St. Louis. Grant Fuhr, when he's been tested, has come up strong. The clear goes all the way down. Fuhr with 24 wins on the season, 377 lifetime. That is 6th all-time. He trails Patrick Waugh by 1. Starting play tonight. Today, I should say.
Yeah, he thinks that after this last contract, these next 2 years, that he is going to retire.
That pass across 2 lines as Duchesne came out of the penalty box. They'll bring it back, but a good penalty kill for the Blues.
Oh, it's really coming down out there.
Cats and dogs.
It hasn't rained this hard since last time I had to paint the garage.
Man can't work in the rain.
Pity us.
Is that what you're gonna do all day?
Honey, I can't hear you. The rain's too loud.
The weatherman said it was supposed to be nice today.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
This is the first penalty killing unit for the Blues, but all of their penalty killers have been outstanding. And against Detroit this season, 26 of 28, and overall they killed off 21 of their last 22 times short.
You know, they're talking about that guy right there, Craig Conroy, as a Selke Trophy candidate because of the way he's played. He takes key face-offs, and Yzerman's one of the best.
Out to the point, shot by Fetisov, glove saved by Fuhr, and he's got it.
Craig Conroy is a guy that has just energy. I think that's the best way to describe him. On the ice, off the ice, smile on his face, enthusiasm, just goes. And as Joe Quenneville was telling us yesterday, Conroy, along with his line mates Pellerin and Blair Atchison, was out of the lineup, right. But yeah, they play and practice the same way. And wins a big face-off. Yeah.
Played at Clarkson College, a native of Potsdam, New York. Was a throw-in in the Turgeon deal. Really, basically just an add-in when Turgeon came here from Montreal.
Yeah, at the time, Pierre Turgeon was the third center, and Conroy would have been maybe the 4th. And Réjean Houle, the Montreal general manager, said it was the toughest decision he had to make was to send this kid to the minor leagues because he thought highly of him, but he had to include him to make the deal.
And the Selke Trophy that Joe talked about is for top defensive forward in the National Hockey League. Darren McCarty toward the net but wide. 3-0. Blues leading it. 3:45 to go. Second period. Yzerman comes out of the corner. Nice move. Lost control. Turgeon lets it clear. Rouse for the Red Wings. Red Wings, who had been getting lots of shots in recent games, averaging over 38 shots per game over the last 5 games, have had only 15 shots thus far. Picked it up here in the second period. Takeaway by Draper. Fights loose and shoots. Saved by Fuhr. Comes out for Rouse for a shot. It hit the man in front, Guinness, who moves it out of the zone. Rayon can't control. Knuble has it back for Detroit.
Detroit's getting better scoring chances in this second period, but Fuhr's been sharp.
Maltby is taken down. Penalty call. Good effort by Kirk Maltby. McInnes takes the penalty. Slashing call. Maltby checks his arm.
Yeah, Maltby's a difficult player to play against because he slashes, he hacks, he hits, he draws penalties. And this time McInnes looked at the opportunity. I got to take a penalty and I'm going to make it hurt. And there's what he does right there. A little bit of a turnover. Watch the stick of McInnes coming right there. Right on the arm, right on the leg. Down he goes. Penalty. Here comes Maltby again. And here comes the stick. Right there on the knee. And then he goes down. And so Al McInnes ends up taking the 2-minute minor. And we said it before. Detroit had a chance on the power play to get back in the game. They've got another chance on the power play to get back in the game.
Power play number 6 for the Red Wings. Kirk Maltby upset that he didn't cash in on the scoring opportunity. Nicholas Lidstrom back at the point.
Tough to when you get chopped in half.
That's right.
You go down, the puck goes one way. You're in pain.
LaPointe, Kozlov, and Holmstrom out with Murphy and Lidstrom for Detroit. Conroy, Pellerin, Pronger, and Bergevin for St. Louis. Lidstrom fires, scores! The Red Wings control. Lidstrom drives it by Grand Fuhr. The Red Wings are on the board.
Marty LaPointe earlier in the season played some center. He's normally a right wing, and he worked a lot on faceoffs. There he is right there. That's LaPointe, the winger. And Detroit controls the puck. Kind of a tie. Now watch everybody go to the front of the net. Here they come. One there. Here comes a shot. No hesitation at all, and there's a deflection off LaPointe's leg. Right there, off his leg. And that counts. Now there's some discussion. Here it is again. Let's see if anybody's in the crease, but there's LaPointe. Here comes the shot. There it is off his skate. That should count.
Yeah.
That should count because both players were outside the crease. And again, the rule is you can redirect the puck with your skate or your leg. You can't kick it in with a kicking motion. And that should count. Without question, it should count.
It is being reviewed. Referee Richard Trottier on the phone upstairs to the replay official. 2:51 to go in the second period.
You could see the strength. Here it is again. LaPointe is tough to move from the front. That's a great goal. That really is an athletic goal by LaPointe. Showed his strength going to the front of the net and then turns his. There it is.
And it is a goal, Joe.
Yeah, that's a right call.
Yep.
Without question, that's a right call. He did a wonderful job to redirect the puck with his skate, which is legal. And that's a big goal for Detroit, as now they cut the margin to 2 goals.
They needed a lift, and they got it here. The power play opportunities, that's the one thing about the Blues. They've taken too many penalties in this game.
Yeah, in particular in the second period. Now they keep giving Detroit with a team that's got skill, even though they're missing Fedorov and Larionov. But when you've got a shooter like Lidstrom from the point, Larry Murphy, and you've got players going to the front of the net, Grant Fuhr can't do anything when they're redirected like that.
One negative about the Blues game this afternoon, giving Detroit too many power play opportunities. Played across to Yzerman. Shanahan goes to the net. Blocked by Pronger. Good play. Pronger seems to be everywhere when Shanahan's around. Somebody's on him.
Yeah.
Either Bergevin or Pronger. Conroy in the corner. Now Pellerin fires across. Red Wings break it up. Murphy comes out with it.
Power play goal at 17:08.
Around it goes. Yzerman checked along the boards, and the puck deflects into the Red Wings bench. Now, the Red Wings have shown a lot of good balance offensively all season. We talked to Martin Lapointe about that earlier.
Well, I mean, you know, our top scorer has got like 30 goals, you know, not even. I think a lot of guys with 10 goals and more, and there's a lot of young guys that adds to the sauce. And I mean, Kirk Maltby's playing real well, and Mike Kanu will step up his game. Chris Draper, all those guys got more than 10 goals, and I think that's a great mixture.
He makes a great point. The third and fourth lines of Detroit have been strong all season, and Scotty Bowman likes to use 4 lines.
The Red Wings lead the NHL in goals scored, and yet they don't have a top 20 scorer on the team.
Yeah, it's amazing. You look at some of this. Brent Gilchrist, who was out of the lineup because of a groin problem, he's got 13 on the season.
Red Wings move in. It's tipped, saved by Fuhr on a great deflection by Lapointe, the man we were talking about. And Fuhr with a super save.
What a job from Detroit. They start in their own zone. Now they're starting to gain the blue line a little bit. Detroit has picked their game up, and they're slowly taking control. Here's the play. Starts here. Now look at the passing. All the way across. Now they get the blue line. There's Lapointe going to the net. Going straight to the net, and the perfect pass from Dandeneau. Here's the deflection. That's a good save by Grant Fuhr. Very good save. Lapointe just going straight to the net. And the good little feed from Dandeneau puts it on the stick.
Lapointe scored his 11th, a power play goal from Lidstrom and Kozlov at 17:09. Fetisov shot deflected across. 1:45 to go, second period. The Blues leading the Red Wings 3-1.
And Sam, just to finish that point, Brent Gilchrist is out of the lineup. He's got 13 goals on the season. McCarty 13. Marty Lapointe 11 now. Kirk Maltby 12. Doug Brown, another third, fourth line player, has 14 on the season. So that's a very balanced attack. They can come at you from a lot of different directions.
They could become the first team, I think, since Montreal in 61-62, Joe, to lead the league in goals scored and not have a top 20-point scorer. Pronger moves it to Duchesne. And it was cleared out to Hull. 2-on-1 with Rayon. Fetisov back. Hull fights off the hook and missed. Draper was hooking him from behind.
Last minute of play this period.
Pronger's got the puck with less than a minute to go in the second period. Runoff. Fires in. Fuhr gloves it and drops it off. No, he holds on. Play stops with 49.4 to go in the second.
Excellent Excellent effort by Chris Draper coming back. There's Brett Hull. There's Draper with the stick. Hooking, holding, slowing him down a little bit. And by that time, he gives his other teammates a chance to get in position defensively.
Hull didn't miss by much.
No, he normally doesn't.
That's right. He was bothered by Draper, though. Bergevin was taken down by Yzerman. Nothing called on that play. McCarty's got the puck behind the net. Wraparound blocked by Bergevin getting back. Here's Yzerman around the net. Backhander. Saved by Fuhr. With Shanahan providing a huge screen. Blues trying to clear. Kept in by Anders Eriksson. Now Lindstrom steps up. Saved by Fuhr on the big drive. Loose puck behind the net. Yzerman's got it. Red Wings have picked up their attack. McCarty comes out. Saved by Fuhr in his skates. And he's got the puck. 14.9 to go, and now the Red Wings coming up big.
Boy, they're just going right to the net. They're attacking the net. In the last 10 minutes of this game, Detroit has had the edge in play. They've just kept coming. And Shanahan's big and strong, difficult to move. McCarty the same way. Yzerman with heart. Here it is. Now watch this hit the skate. It goes underneath the stick of Fuhr. Underneath the stick. And then he's able to keep it out of there. And right before that, look at Shanahan and McInnes. Shanahan staying out of the crease. Look at the feet. See the feet there? And then the shot almost gets through. Grant Fuhr down on the ice. But what a play by Shanahan. Holding on to the top. And here's the last chance again. Look at this. Underneath the stick. And there was a little opening there. And Grant Fuhr able to keep the puck out of there. But that's excellent pressure by Detroit.
At one point in this game, the shots were 20-7 in favor of St. Louis. They're now 22-21. Or we've got it at 21 apiece. So the Red Wings are turning things around and coming on strong. Got a lift from the power play chances and finally cashed in on one of them.
Yeah, Grant Fuhr wasn't busy. He is now.
Off the glass, bounces out of the zone. Final seconds of the second period. Mike Eastwood moves in, feeds Hull, and he couldn't get a shot off. Maltby got back to break it up. And that's the period. The early portion of the second period belonged to the Blues as they opened up a 3-0 lead. And then the Red Wings started to come on, scored the power play goal, and carried the play the last several minutes.
Well, Detroit is showing why they're the champions from a year ago.
James Brown and Dave Maloney coming up with scores and highlights. John Davidson with Ron Francis right after this. Over from San Jose, and he's certainly adding depth to the St. Louis Blues. It just makes them a stronger team, Joe.
I think going into the playoffs, it really helps them because, again, in the playoffs, if you're going to go past the first round, you're going to end up with injuries for the most part. And so when you've got a player like Todd Gill that can come in, has a lot of heart, has a lot of experience, knows how to play against top players, that's only going to add to your chances of winning another round or two.
Underway third period. Steve Yzerman with a puck for Detroit. Yzerman on with Shanahan and McCarty, Lidstrom and Murphy. The Red Wings were coming on strong at the end of the second period. We'll see if they can sustain that, get back in the game. The Blues have not lost a game on home ice in which they've led after the second period, 18-0-2. Darren McCarty checked by Chris Pronger. And the puck deflects up into the crowd. Take a look at the Bud Ice statistics for the second period. See the Red Wings coming on, and they now lead in shots on goal. Scoring chances have evened out. The face-offs are pretty close.
You know, you look at those. At one time, the Blues were 13-4 for scoring chances.
Right.
And Detroit just tells you what Detroit did the second half of that second period. They came back. You know, Detroit is one of the best offensive countering teams in the league. They love to break plays up in the neutral zone and catch you and quickly go the other way. And that's what they started doing in that second period. And they caught the Blues flat-footed. And Grant Fuhr had to be sharp.
He made some good saves. Chris Draper with Kirk Maltby and Mike Knuble. Slava Fetisov and Dmitry Mironov for Detroit. McInnes to Todd Gill. Eastwood, Turgeon, and Hull. Eastwood was on for the face-off, and he goes off. Pascal Rayom steps on for the Blues. Rayom and Draper came together, and both went down. McInnes fires it around the boards. Hull and Fetisov taken by Knuble. Hull able to clear the zone. And it's Slava Fetisov.
If I may say, Detroit had success not only by breaking plays up in the neutral zone that second period, but by using their size and getting the puck in deep and forechecking like they're doing now. There's Kozlov in there. It's not a big player, but he goes in right away, forces McInnes to get rid of the puck. Now Detroit in a change, but when they use their size up front to forecheck and cycle the puck, that's when they can really change the flow of a game.
LaPointe across, intercepted nicely by Courtnall. Courtnall's been very quiet in this afternoon's game. He's usually a presence, and he's had a good season. Coming back in is Terry Yake. Courtnall pulled down, penalty on the Red Wings.
That's Jeff Courtnall right there. One of the things he does is draw penalties. He felt the hook. Down he went. That draws a penalty. And Bob Rouse will go off for Detroit. Courtnall started the play by coming off the bench, intercepting the puck. That's Terry Yake. There you see to the right there, Courtnall, number 14 in the white, going down. And so St. Louis leading by 2. They already have 2 power play goals today in this game. They'll get an opportunity here to extend their lead. Detroit, meanwhile, needs to come up with a big penalty kill. I mean, they've got to come up with a big penalty kill right now to stay in this game.
Rouse for interference at 1:43. And the Blues go on the power play with Terry Yake, Jeff Courtnall, and Jim Campbell, Al McInnes, and Steve Duchesne. Campbell gets it back to Duchesne. Al McInnes. Duchesne pressure from Brown and Dandino. Long shot blocked in front. Kept in by Duchesne. Lidstrom and Murphy, the defenseman for Detroit. Up to Doug Brown. And now Matthew Dandino. Murphy joins the play. Short-handed, the Red Wings come in. The shot is stopped by Fuhr. Tricky shot by Dandino. A good rush up the ice. Dandino back for the puck. Now it's Duchesne looking, and the big drive wide. Campbell behind the net. Out to McInnes. The shot blocked by Doug Brown. Taken back by McInnes. Minute 10 to go on the power play for St. Louis. Osgood steers it to Anders Eriksson and out for Kirk Maltby. Maltby got by McInnes, but Pronger goes over to play the puck.
And now St. Louis looking to get a change. Brett Hull back on the ice now.
But Draper with a takeaway. The backhander is a save by Fuhr. Draper, one of those pesky players. Good quickness.
Yeah, he and Maltby get out there, and they can put a lot of pressure on with their speed. And if they get a chance to hit, they'll do that as well.
Rayon fell down, gave up the puck. Eriksson clearing it. 30 seconds to go on the power play for the Blues. Todd Gill is on with Chris Pronger. Gerd Turgeon, Pascal Rayon, and Brett Hull. Turgeon sends it in. Osgood plays it off the glass. Martin Lapointe is tied up with Turgeon. Lapointe comes away with the puck. Room to clear. And that should just about do it for the St. Louis power play.
Very nice job by Detroit. Again, this is a real key situation in this game where they had to kill the penalty off, and they prevented the Blues from getting really any good shots on Chris Osgood. So Detroit kills the penalty. They're back in the game.
Darren Turcotte wins the faceoff for St. Louis. The Blues with a 3-1 lead on Detroit. Red Wings will play at home tomorrow night against the Buffalo Sabres. Eriksson fell down. Puck retrieved, recovered by Steve Yzerman. Now Anders Eriksson. Red Wings have to face Dominik Hasek, who came up with his 12th shutout of the season last night. That shot by Shanahan goes over the top in Edmonton. As the Sabres continue their fine play, as they will move into the playoffs in the Eastern Conference, led by the fantastic goaltending of Dominik Hasek.
Yeah, he certainly is something. Now in this game, you see Detroit. Anders Eriksson led one rush up the ice, and Detroit had a scoring chance. And then when they regained control of the puck, it was Dmitry Mironov, the other defenseman, that moved into the net. So they're really getting their defensemen involved.
Michel Picard, just off the bench, has had very few opportunities to play in this game. A couple of shifts. He's on with Chris Kennedy. Kennedy was called up from the Worcester Farm team in the American League for the Blues. Here's Picard to the puck. He was called up from the International League. Here's Kennedy. Pass across just behind Mike Eastwood. And a penalty upcoming. A penalty whistled on the play. Going to be a holding call, I believe, against the Red Wings.
Now, Larry Murphy led the last rush, and when he got to the Blues' blue line, there was a turnover. The Blues countered quickly, and that's when they were able to lead the rush. See, Murphy, here's a forward right there. That's LaPointe. Here's Murphy coming back on the play. Pardon me, here's Murphy here, the defenseman. And the Blues went quickly the other way, and they end up with, I believe the power play is going to be in St. Louis. Picard, isn't it?
Michel Picard. My apologies, Joe. I thought when Detroit stopped the puck, the whistle blew, but it's against St. Louis.
He went in the corner, watch his left. There he is right there. Look at his left arm.
Yep.
It's right around the back of the Detroit player. And so Picard goes off. And again, St. Louis getting themselves in trouble with penalties. And Detroit, another opportunity to get closer.
Joel Quenneville concerned. The Red Wings' 7th power play of the game. They're 1 for 6. Lidstrom, Yzerman, Murphy, McCarty, and Shanahan for the power play. Yzerman carrying deep. Pellerin checks him. Pellerin and Conroy with Pronger and Duchesne for St. Louis. Lidstrom deflected toward the net, batted away by Pronger, cleared by Pellerin.
And you see Brendan Shanahan right in front of the goaltender, Grant Fuhr. He's got a stick up in the air. He's calling for the puck. He wants him just to get it to the front of the net because he's so strong and has such good hands. He can score. If there's a loose puck, he'll put it in from there.
Shanahan feeds Lidstrom with room. He shoots. It was blocked. McInnes takes it and clears. I believe Turcotte blocked the shot by Lidstrom. And at 15 to go in the power play for Detroit. Almost 6 minutes gone by in the third. St. Louis leading 3-1. Kozlov gets to it. Around for Murphy. Eastwood on him. McInnes drives it up the boards and out. Everything McInnes does, he does hard.
Yeah.
Shoots it hard, clears it hard.
And he's having a conversation with the referee, Trottier, on the play, saying he was interfered with a couple of times in his own end. And he was adamant about that.
Doug Brown's lead passes to Slava Kozlov. Down the boards comes Holmstrom. He's hit by Pellerin. McInnes takes a hit, but clears it around the boards. Brown plays it deep. Kozlov for LaPointe. It's off his skate, wide of the net. LaPointe gets knocked down by McInnes. Here's Brown shooting. Scores! Doug Brown with a power play goal has cut the Blues lead to 3-2.
Excellent work by Detroit around the front of the net again where they are strong. You've got LaPointe, who's big and strong. They just put the pressure on, and eventually Doug Brown on the play has to shoot it up high because McInnes came out to block it. Now here's the pressure. Quick puck movement by Detroit, and they're getting to the puck. Here's one in front. Good play by McInnes defensively. Now Detroit goes right back after the puck. Right back on it. That's Holmstrom. Now here it comes. See McInnes go down, number 2. And that shot by Brown. Here it comes again. Got his head up all the way. That's a great shot because McInnes going down might have screened Grant Fuhr a little bit. And that's a perfect shot by Doug Brown. His 15th of the year. And Detroit within
goal of the season for Doug Brown. On the power play, the Red Wings have gotten back in the game. The power play goals are even now. It's a 3-2 game. Detroit whistled for icing. So the complexion of this one began changing midway through the second period. The Blues had a 3-0 lead. But the Blues have taken too many penalties and allowed Detroit to get back in it. And don't forget, the road to the Stanley Cup continues on Fox. Next week, the NHL on Fox, 2 o'clock Eastern, time change, at 11 a.m. Pacific. Detroit at Chicago, Colorado and St. Louis. Some good games. The NHL on Fox. LA Kings are trailing this afternoon. They're 5th in the West. They're led by Rob Blake, a leading candidate for the Norris Trophy. And Josef Stumpel, who came over from Boston, having an outstanding year.
Yeah, Blake with his 22nd goal today.
What a year he's had.
Yeah.
But LA is in Calgary, trailing 3-2 in the third period. McCarty played it ahead, intercepted by Rayom. Fetisov back for it.
Now Detroit is showing the poise and the heart that they had last year in winning the Stanley Cup. They got down 3-0, and they slowly took this game away from St. Louis.
Calpine tripped up Shanahan, waved his arms, I'm innocent. Shanahan shot just wide. At one point, the shots were 20-7 in favor of St. Louis. The Red Wings have had 19 of the last 20 shots on goal in the game. Blues have 21, Red Wings 26. Pronger sends it in.
Now, I think what Detroit did, Sam, is they start controlling the puck and the boards. St. Louis had flow going in the first period, and they no longer have that flow. I mean, you just don't see them coming up the ice with any movement. They're dumping the puck in, but Detroit is getting back to get it. They're making the first good pass coming out of their own zone, and they're taking it back the other way.
Let's go Blues chant goes up from the packed house here, but the Red Wings, Kirk Maltby sent it in deep. Here's Steve Duchesne with the puck. 11:50 to go in the third. It's a 3-2 game. Terry Yake moving across, drop to Jim Campbell for the shot. Save made by Osgood. Tough shot by Campbell, and a good save by Osgood. Cleared out. Courtnall. Across for Campbell. Erickson is there. The Red Wings would like to take advantage of the fact that Dallas is trailing 2-0 in the third to San Jose. And if they can, the Red Wings could close in to within 2 points. If they could come back, Detroit that is, if they could come back to win this game, they could be within 2 points of first in the Western Conference. St. Louis would like to put some more room between themselves and LA. Osgood got bowled over by Chris Kennedy.
I think it should have been a penalty on Kennedy. He didn't look to stop at all.
Moving in, Murphy with a shot. Save, the rebound is loose and knocked away from Kozlov. Kozlov has it back. And the Blues take control. McInnes on the rush. Kennedy stopped at the line by Lidstrom, turns it the other way. Kozlov looking, makes the play to LaPointe. Fires and a stick save. The rebound goes wide and into the corner. Cleared out by Rayom.
Another turnover by St. Louis, and that countering play by Detroit. They get it and quickly go the other way. And just prior to that, in front, it was Todd Gill with a chance. And here's Osgood trying to hold the fort as he's taken out by Kennedy.
It's not every day you get a babysitter and 20 pounds of goalie here.
But the kids love him.
Now that's a slash.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Jack and Jill.
He has a unique interpretation of the bedtime story.
Broke his crown. Thanks to a check by Theo Fleury with his Nike skates, huh? He's only 5'6". You're practically 5'6". He exposed the weak glove hand. Wink, wink, wink. Oh, Fleury. Yeah, I still got it. Who wants a cookie?
He's no Mother Goose.
And who's this Flurry guy?
The coaches. Scotty Bowman looks on. Joel Quenneville pacing nervously behind the bench.
Well, he should be. It's been a complete reversal of this game. Grant Fuhrer was not getting many shots the first period and a half. Chris Osgood was, and it was 3-0 St. Louis. Then Grant Fuhrer has had to almost stand on his head on a number of occasions to make saves as Detroit has come back to climb to within a goal. So Joel Quenneville didn't use his fourth line much in this game and wanted to kind of try and change things around a little bit, so he put Kennedy on the ice. They got some physical play.
Did you love what Brendan Shanahan did there? There's the linesman working on it. He just comes in, squirts some water to help him out. Shanahan trying to get things going. I'll help you out. As they worked on a patch in the crease. Yzerman on the face-off. Against Turcotte, Yzerman wins it. Shot by Mironov, blocked. Picked up by Pronger. Craig Conroy moving in. Fetisov there. Pronger joins the play. It's blocked by Mironov. Conroy, open man, to the net. Turcotte, wide. Loose puck. Picked up by Yzerman. Big chance for Darren Turcotte, but he missed on the backhand.
Yeah, missed the net. Great setup. Detroit vacated the front of the net. He was all alone. There wasn't anyone within 10, 15 feet of him.
Fetisov clears the zone past the midway point of the third period. 3-2, St. Louis leading it. Pascal Rayom moves in. Hull to the net. Gill gets it to Rayom, who fires, deflected away by Osgood. Bergeron. Hull behind the net. Try to get it to Rayom. Dandino played it behind the net. Mironov. Hull goes down. Fans wanted something called. Puck still alive. And the whistle stops play. Time for an update. Let's go to the studio to JB standing by.
Sam and Joe, if you've seen this before, take a look at the referee to the left. He's got his hand up signaling the delayed penalty. Ozelinch of Colorado, though, sends the puck back to start the play, but no Patrick Waugh. Why? Because they were sending an extra skater on the ice because of the delayed penalty. 5-3, Avalanche. Back to Sam and Joe.
Boy, it's been a long time since I saw that play, Joe.
Ooh.
Wow. Here's the playoff picture. If the playoffs were to start today, it'd be Dallas, Edmonton, Colorado, and Phoenix, Detroit, and Chicago. What a matchup there. And St. Louis would have home ice advantage on L.A.
Here's Mironov right there with the cross check. 220 pounds. And Strong knocks Brett Hull down from behind. Not sure Trotier's, he's got a feel for this game right now, one-goal game. He's trying to be real careful with what he calls.
Fuhr sends it up the boards. 9:10 to go in the third. Hull has it back. Moves in on the backhand. Saved by Osgood. He's got it. Good effort by Brett Hull. Got the puck back off the defenseman Anders Eriksson.
Tried to make two passes, and eventually it ended up on his stick, and he was on the backhand. There's Brett Hull as he's going. Everybody's moving around. There he is, straight up. Now he turns on the Jets, has to go to the backhand. That's a good save by Chris Osgood. Very good save, good positioning, and just waited for the backhand shot by Hull.
See the numbers against Detroit. Brett Hull in his 792nd career game. He has 553 career goals. Osgood out to play the puck for Thomas Holmstrom. Murphy out to Kozlov. He joined us late. The Red Wings playing without Sergei Fedorov, who's been suspended for at least 2 games pending a hearing on Monday for the check from behind on Jason Marshall of the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim Thursday night. Long lead for Courtnall, moving in, he shoots wide. And the Red Wings going without Igor Larionov as well. He's out with an elbow injury. Deflected into the Red Wings zone. Osgood stops it. Holmstrom's got it.
Again, you see that long pass. Well, Detroit's defense is more aggressive in this period. That was Larry Murphy again trying to stay in the zone, looking for an opportunity to intercept a pass and get a scoring chance, and the puck getting past him left Courtnall nearly alone.
Yzerman holding the setup for Eriksson, moves to the net, saved by Fuhr with a man, his own man in the net, and now we've got a melee going.
The defenseman Eriksson again moving up on the play. I'm not sure how Grant Fuhr made that save. Eriksson looked up, and there were 2 players in the net, both down on the ice. Here it is again. What a play by Yzerman. What a play. Pass. Here comes Eriksson. Look at 2 players down. How did he make the save? Dove at it. Grant Fuhr with a wonderful save to keep the lead for St. Louis. Anders Eriksson with the puck. What a move he puts on. Now he's got room. How does this not go in?
Oh, Fuhr, that's a game saver.
That's it. One word, Fuhr. That keeps the game tied. There it is. Look at that. Fuhr's trying to get back into position after he gets knocked down by Darren Turcotte, his own player.
No, that keeps the Blues in the lead.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said kept it tied.
Oh, pardon me.
But that was a magnificent save. Puck deflected up into the crowd. On the scoreboard, Dallas is trailing San Jose 3-0. San Jose desperately trying to get into the number 8 spot in the West, and Dallas in danger of losing shutouts back-to-back. Goalie comparisons. Chris Osgood has held up well after being out for 2 weeks. He's had a good game.
Yes, he has. He's been sharp, in particular early in the first period. McKinnon scored the power play goal in a shot that was deflected, but after that, he made some key saves from in close and kept his team in it. Even though it was 3-0 at one point in the second period, he hung in there.
And you saw the save by Grant Fuhr. He's made some outstanding saves. 7:57 to go in the third. The Red Wings started coming on midway through the second, and they have maintained the pressure on St. Louis. Shanahan batting sticks
with Pellerin. This has been the matchup in this game. Joe Quenneville has used his third line, his checking line, out against the Yzerman-Shanahan line. They've come in. Look at that. There's the stick. Chop. It's been an intense game. It's been an excellent game. 2 tails almost. All St. Louis the first period and a half. All Detroit since.
Murphy's shot got through, a good save. Lidstrom's shot was deflected. Conroy able able to clear the zone. Pellerin gets to it. Pronger joins the play. Pellerin for Pronger. What a play by Murphy. Coming back.
Murphy was caught on the play. That was a partial 2-on-1, and Murphy came all the way back into the play in his own end to make the defensive gem.
Sent in by Pellerin, knocked down by Lidstrom. Larry Murphy, who's been given a 2-year contract extension by the Red Wings, has really turned things around after he had a rough go in Toronto, but he helped with the Red Wings win the Stanley Cup last season. He's played well this season. They've given him a 2-year contract extension for a great player. Tonight, you can run, you can hide, but you're still going to get busted on cops. Then, a brutal murder means John Walsh needs your help to identify the victim. On America's Most Wanted, America Fights Back. Fox's Night of Justice starts tonight at 8, 7 Central. He'll be watching, Joe.
He's already. Huh? Detroit is, after that last opportunity they had against Grant Fuhr, they felt a little injustice.
Mark Bergevin back for the puck. 3-2 Blues leading it. Fetisov off the boards and out of the zone. Back comes Turgeon. Took a stick off the shoulder. Hull shoots just wide. Knuble picks it up. Behind the plate, Turgeon was taken down. Fetisov, long shot deflects off McInnes. Knuble fires behind the net.
Bodies flying all over, aren't there? They're sprawled all over the ice.
Fuhr leaves it for McInnes.
There's another one, Grant Fuhr.
And nothing called. Trottier looking, bodies going down everywhere. McInnes was knocked down by Maltby. An icing is whistled. And now Maltby has to be separated from Bergevin.
And that was Mike Knuble that was going in forechecking, and I thought, he might have thought that Grant Fuhr was going one way or the other. He tried to cut in close to the net, and Fuhr was coming back in, hit him straight on, knocked him straight on his back. And maybe Trottier remembers the other play with Kennedy where he knocked Osgood down. There it is again. And he's trying to get past the defenseman, Mark Bergevin, who's standing there, and he cut to his left, and who was there? Grant Fuhr.
That's a hook, that's a dive.
Brett Hull's reaction to the referee.
As an opinion, as always.
See the intensity on his face. No penalties handed out. With all these bodies being knocked down, players being run into, goaltenders being run over, shot by Lidstrom deflects into the crowd and play stops. 6:28 to go in the third.
Yeah, and Detroit has been much better on the faceoffs too in this last period and a half. They're winning a lot of faceoffs in the St. Louis end.
Calgary has beaten Los Angeles 5-2. If the Blues can hold on to win, they widen that gap between 4th and 5th place and look to secure home ice in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's huge for St. Louis because their last week of play, they're in Anaheim and Los Angeles, and if they were to lose home ice to the Kings, they'd have to spend a good week and a half or so in Los Angeles on the road. They don't want that.
And add to the fact that the Blues have been one of the best home ice teams in the National Hockey League this year.
Absolutely, and Joe Quenneville and Scotty Bowman both say the same thing. The most difficult series to win is the first one. And you want home ice in that first round.
Doug Brown and Terry Yake for the face-off. Brown won the draw. Lidstrom plays the puck. Long shot, stick to side by Fuhr. The rebound, Brown was blocked. Beats Kozlov, saved by Fuhr with the blocker. Brown again. Work down to Kozlov. He's checked by Pronger. Pronger with a hit on Kozlov. Brown comes in, and he was hit high by Courtnall, who clears the zone.
Damn, you see, right from the face-off, Detroit they're just beating St. Louis to the loose pucks. When they're getting to the loose pucks, they're going to the front of the net, and they're getting chances.
Around the boards to Pellerin. Similar to the other night against Tampa Bay. Here's a lead for Campbell. Breaking in. Jim Campbell is stopped by Osgood. Good hit by Pellerin. Forced a turnover. Pass block by Lidstrom. That's a big block with Kozlov wide open. Actually, there was a Blues player, that was wide open on the play. It may have been Pellerin. The stuff try by Osgood. He makes the save and holds the line. And we've got another big get-together in the crease.
And then Steve Yzerman comes in and delivers a punch to the head of Campbell. Now we've got Pellerin involved with McCarty.
This is like playoff hockey,
Yeah,
Joe.
it really
Turned
is.
into a playoff-type game.
Tremendous intensity. And these two teams will play one other time in Detroit before the season is over, the regular season. Good pressure this time from the Blues around the Detroit net, and Chris Osgood has had to be good. Here it is. Campbell, very good goal scorer. Lets it go quickly. Boy, that's a good save by Chris Osgood. Very good save by Osgood. And here comes Pellerin. We've seen him play physical this game. Here it is again. Osgood, very calm. Watched it all the way. Good concentration. And that's good to see out of Chris Osgood, because I think with the way things have been going, that there may be a few question marks about if Osgood was going to be ready for the playoffs. Well, he's showing today that he is ready.
Coincidental minor penalties handed out by referee Richard Trottier. For Detroit, Darren McCarty. For St. Louis, Scott Pellerin. 2 minutes each for roughing. So the teams will skate 4 aside for the next 2 minutes with 5:29 to go in the third. St. Louis holding on to a 3-2 lead.
Yeah, and now what Scotty Bowman does is normally Larry Murphy and Nicholas Lidstrom are defense pairs. He puts Dmitry Mironov back on the ice, so he's playing the left side and Murphy the right side. That's what you watch on a 4-on-4, those defensemen moving up on the play, and Mironov has a terrific shot.
The faceoff comes out of the zone because of the melee around the net. The St. Louis players came in past the top of the circles, and therefore the faceoff comes outside the Red Wing zone. Draper and Turgeon will go for the faceoff. It's Turgeon, Hull, Gill, and McInnes for St. Louis. Draper and Maltby, Mironov and Murphy for Detroit. And Draper won the faceoff.
Pardon me, Sam, this is interesting. Scotty Bowman's got 2 defensive forwards on the ice. Now he makes the change and gets Yzerman out there, and 2 offensive defensemen. Just for the faceoff, both forwards change.
Kozlov has come on with Yzerman. Kozlov's got the puck. Lifts it ahead. Murphy chopped at it. Yzerman behind the net. Picked up by McInnes. Runoff. Kozlov out of the corner. Bumped by Gill. Here Turgeon. Just under 5 minutes to go in the third. Hull. Intercepted by Kozlov. He shoots, deflected wide. Kozlov after it again is checked by Gill. Yzerman looking for the puck. Hull trying to clear. Murphy stopped him. But he gave it up to Al McInnes.
And again, Detroit stepping it up. Here it is. Look at the force in the neutral zone around the red line. They're trying to get the Blues to give the puck up, which they've done well in the last period and a half, and they've gone the other way. Their defense standing right up to the red line.
Doug Brown. Since the first period, the Red Wings have outshot the Blues. They've had 28 shots since the first period. They've had 5 shots in the first. They have really taken charge of this game. Now out shooting St. Louis 33-26.
Yeah, this is a Detroit team playing without Fedorov and Larionov. 2 great players.
Pronger to Conroy, met by Fetisov.
It tells you, Sam, that this is a team that's got depth and they're ready to go in the playoffs. And Scotty Bowman was saying last night, I'm going to go with 4 lines, and I'm going to try and use 4 pairs of defense, trusting 7.
The point to Lidstrom. He's in, and a save made by Fuhr. Nice move. Beautiful setup. The runoff shoots, saved by Fuhr. McInnes away with the puck. Teams are back at full strength. A takeaway by McCarty, turning it the other way. Then he gave it up to McInnes.
Another turnover.
3:15 to go in the third. St. Louis leading 3-2, and now Grant Fuhr is the man taking charge, putting on a show in goal for the Blues.
Bet you Bud Light, my friend here, can beat you.
Yeah, right. Okay, pal, you're on.
taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
This would be mine.
Make it a Bud Light.
Bud Light says my friend here can beat you.
Here's the 4-on-4 that the Blues in Detroit are at right now. He's down a man. And watch Detroit. How they force it. There's Brett Hall. Can't get to the red line. Here comes the defenseman. Now the turnover. And here comes Detroit the other way. That's what they've been doing for the last period and a half. They get right to the red line, force the turnover, and they come straight back at Grant Fuhrer, who has been very busy.
Back at full strength. The Red Wings control the faceoff. Shot by Mironov goes wide. Coming down to 3 minutes remaining in the third. 3-2 St. Louis leading. The puck was put up into the crowd, stopping play. The Blues had a 3-0 lead. They scored a goal in the first period by that man, Al McInnes. Scored 2 more in the second period to grab a 3-0 lead. And then the Red Wings came back with a goal late in the second period. And then a goal by Doug Brown here in the third. They cut it to 3-2. Fetisov, the McInnes, Turgeon, and Gill, the goal scorers for St. Louis. Lapointe and Brown, the goal scorers for Detroit. Yzerman, Shanahan, and McCarty on for Red Wings. Pronger's got the puck. Murphy plays it back to Lidstrom.
And you see Detroit forcing St. Louis to go to the boards in their own end. And yet their defense are moving up and they're trying to take the boards away. That's why St. Louis hasn't been able to come out of their end with speed.
Good job by the Blues to turn it over. Turcotte's shot is knocked away by Osgood. Yzerman looking for the puck. Tipped ahead by McCarty. Taken over by Pronger and now Duchesne. 2.5 minutes to go in the third. Steve Duchesne by himself trying to break through. Lidstrom stops him and takes it back. Blues recover in the neutral zone and it's sent deep by Rayom. Osgood keeps it moving to McCarty. Over comes Rayom. Big hit on Darren McCarty by Pascal Rayom. McCarty again. Gave it up to Rayom. Here's Hull against Lidstrom. Shot it wide. Up by Kozlov. Draper trying to clear it out. Does to Murphy. The defenseman comes forward across with Draper. Draper tied up by Hull.
That's a good defensive play by Brett Hall coming back on Draper. Just lifted his stick and the puck went the other way.
McInnes rode Kozlov down. Kozlov got up, shoving back. The whistle stops play with 1:37 to go in regulation time.
Now, Al McInnes has seen a lot of time tonight, and there's been a lot of play on the boards. That's McInnes coming up with the play on Kozlov from behind. Turgeon coming back to help out as well. And here's Rayom with the hit on McCarty.
Ooh.
McCarty was in a difficult position there. He knew he was going to get hit, yet had to play the puck off the boards and took the hit. Rayom is a kid that's got a lot of strength, likes to hit. That's what Joe Quenneville likes about him.
Pascal Rayom, another player out of the New Jersey Devils organization that the Blues picked up.
Yeah, and he told Pierre Turgeon the other day, I don't want to play on your line. I'm too nervous playing with you and Brett Hall.
Next week, the NHL on Fox goes an hour earlier, 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 Pacific. The Red Wings will be in Chicago against the Blackhawks, and the Blues will be home to take on the Colorado Avalanche. Check your local listings for the game in your area on Fox. With 1:37 remaining in regulation time, Eastwood won the faceoff. One of the reasons the Blues picked him up to take some important faceoffs. Unable to clear was Pronger. He goes back for the puck against Lapointe. Lapointe wins the battle. Try to set it up for Draper, and Hall able to clear the zone. 1:20 to go. Osgood hangs it off the boards. Hall gets there to play it deep.
Now, Chris Draper didn't see the puck. He could have gotten the puck and got it to the red line and dumped it in, but he was going on a line change. That allowed Brett Hall to get the puck and get it in deep.
Red Wings having trouble getting out of their own zone. Good job on the moves with 1 minute to go. Regulation time. Hall knocks it down. Pass across. The shot saved by Osgood. Great setup to Terry Yake from Brett Hall. Osgood has gone to the bench. An extra skater on for Detroit. 45 seconds to go. Third period. Intercepted in front and lifted out by McInnes.
What a play by McInnes. took his time, knew he had pressure, and looked to the weak side to clear the puck.
Blues send it in. Erickson is there. It's an icing. It was sent in from the St. Louis side of the red line. 29.3 seconds to go, and the Blues holding a 1-goal lead. He's really enjoying things now. He's got two outstanding associate coaches in Dave Lewis on the right, Barry Smith on the left, and Scotty's got a contract through next season, and he's just looking forward to coaching and the challenge of the playoffs.
Yeah, he's like the players. You know, what's the most important time of the season? It's the playoffs. That's when you really kick it up an extra notch. Same with the coaches. A lot of exciting things happening. They've been together 5 years. And for Joe Quenneville, looking forward to his second year in the playoffs as a coach. In fact, last year he lost out, Joel Quenneville, to Scotty Bowman's Detroit Red Wings.
He's got Jimmy Robertson. Rick Mahar has replaced Roger Nielsen, who went to Philadelphia. So now 6 skaters on for the Red Wings. Steve Yzerman will step in for the face-off in the offensive zone. They put some time up on the board. It's now 30.3 seconds remaining.
And they're still talking things over about where they want to put everybody. Oh, they're putting Shanahan behind Steve Yzerman for the shot. So Lidstrom's up front, Yzerman behind Shanahan. There he is right there. That's Shanahan. He wants to get the puck back here if he can.
And he kicks it back to Shanahan, who works it down the boards. Yzerman stopped by Pronger. Lapointe puts it out in front. It's knocked away. Pellerin lifts it out of the zone. Lidstrom's got it with 18 seconds. Yzerman, open man, Larry Murphy. He shoots wide. A rocket that missed the net. Red Wings couldn't keep it in. 7 seconds to go. Sent in by Lidstrom. McKinnis there. Drives it up the boards. The Blues win it. 3-2. For the 3rd time this season, the Blues have beaten the Red Wings here in St. Louis. And the G player of the game with 33 saves, Grant Fuhr. Outstanding when the Red Wings took charge of the game and came back at the Blues, trying to wipe out a 3-goal deficit. They came up a goal short.
Well, Detroit showed their heart after falling behind. They came back, they battled back, and Grant Fuhr, quiet the first 30 minutes of this game, turned things around and was the key player for St. Louis.
First loss in 6 games for Detroit, but now they're winless in their last 3. For St. Louis, 2 wins in a row, and their 23rd home ice win, second most in the NHL. Coming up will be JB in the studio with scores and highlights. Our producer was Mike Burks, our director Artie Kempner, associate director was Barry Landis, and broadcast associate Tom Yohe. For Joe Micheletti, this is Sam Rosen. The Blues beat the Red Wings 3-2. So long, everyone.